So you should have the invite.
There we are. Do you have me now?
Yay, there he is.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to turn my...
Now, Keleena, first thing, I mean, I noticed from other people that you've got your background reversed. So all your writing looks like light language, but it's not. It's mirror image at the moment.
I don't know how you fix that.
You press a button, as always. There's always a button
You
to do
press a
something.
button.
The ascension button, yeah.
I don't think we're going to be using that. I think that's for something else, Paul. So, but I just was curious if you were able to see it.
I'd probably remove it then, because otherwise you're going to get everybody joining who's going to say the same thing.
Oh, but well, yeah, they're going to be like, when are you going to do the whiteboard? And I'll be like, sometime next week. Yeah.
Affected your Da Vinci mirror writing.
Huh? There we go. All right. Okay. So, I want to let everybody know, I think everybody pretty much knows that you and I have been doing a lot of work because I've been talking about it a lot. We've been channeling a lot of stuff, bringing a lot of light language, and Paul actually understands the light language. Well, he's learning it, right? Yeah?
It's like learning another language, yeah, but it's interesting because it's not a word-for-word translation. It's very conceptual, but it's vibration from the heart, effectively. And there's traces of it in all languages. I'm finding it in Thai, where I am at the moment. It's in Sanskrit. It's in Hindi, Tamil, Egyptian, Hawaiian, Polynesian, Berber. It's got roots in Latin, Greek. So it's got derivatives throughout all languages. You can see this as the root language. And the beauty about the light language is how many people are actually now spontaneously speaking it. I know somebody who had a Reiki attunement a little while ago, and they were a building contractor. They run a building firm. So this is a guy who's used to working with builders and carpenters and plumbers. He goes for a Reiki session because of a bad back, and he ends up coming out all talking light language and going, what on earth is going on? So his Reiki practitioner sent me a recorded transmission and said, look, this stuff is just pouring out of him. And it was light language. This is the same one that you do, as do many others. Now, there are variations as well. And you get accents and you get dialects. And that's wonderful because there's Syrian and there's Pleiadian and all these different dialects. So this is fun.
Yeah, so we're gonna give everyone a little taste tonight of kind of like when I channel and you get to be the one to transcribe and figure it out. But also we have some important messages that have already come through that you were gonna read. We're gonna read a couple of them, or what were you?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, as Uday says, universal language. So absolutely, it is universal. We got to consider that language is only language when we speak it. We don't think in the language of our nature, you know, our natural country that we're born in. We don't think in that language. We vibrate in that language. I mean, when you're channeling Mantoids or Arcturians, they're not talking to you in English. It just doesn't. It's only our understanding that converts it into a form of understanding. The same way that we see things around us, the same way that we see angels or the elementals, we convert them into a form that we can relate to based on our own understanding. And as we expand our frequencies and our own understanding, we will see different forms. And this is what's starting to come through, and that's what is exciting. Some familiar names popping up here as well. So good morning and good afternoon and hello to everybody.
Yeah, hi everyone. I actually moved them off of my screen because it totally blocks the whole little phone, but okay.
I'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you can watch. So nadatini ikutura shanosumaya ukatora kunta se siama aya.
So that's like saying listen and learn. There's lots of knowledge and information that's going to come through, and it's important to open the heart. So this language appeals to the heart. Remember, it's vibration. So as Keleena is talking, it's something that can be felt. Although the words go in and you'll hear them, you'll actually get far more from the vibration of the language. The hand movement is important because we're cleaning the frequencies that she's working with. She has to step up her own energy and step down the vibration to something that has to come through her voice. This is quite a difficult process for Keleena. The coughing and the toning is to get her at the right vibrational or harmonic frequency. It's very dramatic. Anybody that sees this can comment like, what is going on? But literally this process is needed because what we've been working on recently is getting her to take the light language through the voice box and allowing her voice box to actually convert it into something that can be understood, in other words, English. Anybody who's been watching Keleena for some time will know that she does a lot of light language, but we started now converting that into English. So I'll leave her to that process. Hi Neil, good to hear from you. The Lightning Man. A quick message for D Wayne there. Black screen, you might need to come out of that, D, and go back in again, because it seems to be fine, the video. Basically, we have information to come to your heart. This is where we speak to your heart. Okay, there's a connection to your heart going on there. So anybody listening, there's a direct connection going on through your higher self to your heart. So it's important to open up. That's going to be your communication channel.
Natuna me surko sunta shayakita tera una yama u.
Okay. Now there's different versions of you. You don't exist just in the physical body. You exist in several levels. Light language talks to several levels. You have yourself, your identity, your body self, your spirit self, your higher self. Okay. All of these different versions of you are receiving vibrational content through the light language. Yeah, Monica, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to say. Allow the information within. Sylvia, yeah, you feel it. That's right. You do feel it.
Ukutuna shita pese tirinde sinyo uma uria shishinte kira anama uya hika. No utu shuntama. Welcome.
Welcome.
Be at rest, knowing there is peace in thy heart. When one transfers to heart space, the reality and truth is when one is at rest and in peace. Shamura nakitaya usana tekina murate shantemi. Mayana Hayana Contenya Yanali Hanai Hanyai. We step back so that mothers may speak. Shantoma ora yaka a sentere neshatura mea koi se sinte. Be the light that you dwell in. Mama, what to do? Mama, mama,
These are elementals. Okay, there's the adjustment for the voice going on. So this mahika, this energy is elemental, group, hive mind elemental. This toning achieves resonance with the energy coming into Keleena. Belinda, yes, elementals do bring in other energies around Keleena, so you may well see pastel sparkles or coloured lights. Your pets will feel light language, not as a language, but as a vibration, yes.
Saturne, musukutur shutuna yete, nasutur shututuba.
You're welcome. Greetings to all of you. Masters of light, walking masters of light. Very fast. We're converting to English shortly, so the light language will change. Okay. The vibrations, feel that wave over. Yeah. Lincoln, that's normal. Monica, tingling, feel it, feel it. It's electrical, you'll feel it down the spine, you'll feel movement around your head, around the back. Tune in, let this come over you like a wave. It may feel like air movement in the room, you'll get electrical, the hairs will stand up. These are frequencies that are taking your body to other levels. Elemental.
We come. We return. We see all of you. We see you, but you don't see us. You are not awake enough yet. You don't believe. We see you. We watch you. We don't care for your vibration. When humanity changes their vibration, we will show ourselves to you. We have shown ourselves to those with the highest frequencies that match us here. Because we know you are loved and you are living from the heart. If you are not living here, we will not show ourselves to you. It's up to you to change the way you are. We live our lives in love and joy and peace. Our vibrations are high. They are unlike human. Humans used to have higher vibrations, but not now. Your material world has shifted you. Your material world, we watch. We watch you. We do not wish to be like you. Ma o e tisi karatene.
This is a blessing.
With blessings from the highest frequency of love, and hope that you take it in to your heart. Kasuntamate. Shakwa. Neteya. Ada.
Blessing. Monica is the green ray. You may see it as green fire or the green flame. This is the nature spirit. Thank you, Keleena.
You need a little water.
Magika. Should I just read one similar? This is an individual that Kaleena's, it's a collective, but it comes through as an individual vibration that Kaleena's, while she's going through her recovery process, just to explain some of that as well. And in terms of the hand movements, Keleena seems to be very dramatic in terms of what she does. She doesn't often watch this back. But when you've got that energy coming through that kind of frequency, it's like radiation in a way. It's very, very high frequency that's running through. There's a period of adjustment. The hand movement is very important to move it out through the energy field and move it out into the collective, which is why you feel it. It's like watching a film and you feel the emotion. It doesn't matter when you see the film. It can be you can watch a film years later and still feel the same emotion that comes from it. So it's in the vibration, it's in the energy. So we're getting a lot, aren't we, recently from Mother Nature and the elementals. Not something that I've particularly tuned into previously, but the elementals certainly have a message. And the elementals in terms of how we consider them. I mean, we've spoken before about why are leprechauns only found in sort of Ireland. That's the form that they take because people there know them in that form, so that's how they would see them. Different parts of the world will see elementals in different ways. So you can choose how you want to see elementals. It's quite interesting. But we also had, what was it, the hive mind consciousness of the animals are coming in. First of all, there were elephants, and then we had bees, didn't we, the hive mind. The bees were interesting. I couldn't understand a word. It was like zzz, 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 zzz.
That was strange.
It was like Noah's Ark. All the animals, one by one, were coming in, one by one.
I had an octopus touching my nose last night. I was like, no more, no more.
I said, no, I'm not going to do octopus. It's hard enough doing it. Okay. So for the comments going through there, yes, you will see different colors going on around Keleena. You'll see them going on around you as well. Yeah, that energy is because when the frequencies come into your field, that's going to energize you. And those who are aware of that, conscious of that, are going to see that too. So you're going to see that in your own fields, not necessarily around Keleena. It might appear that way, but it will also be in your own field. Okay. Yes, Suzette, the bee medicine. That's important. Bees are absolutely vital to the planet. It's not just the nature of what we know on the scientific level. It's what's going on and their connection with the elementals as well. Shall I read the one from, we had Nika yesterday, yes? There's an individual that came through. Okay.
Is it? Yeah, go ahead.
Nika was her.
Oh,
see if you can bring her through while I'll just read it, yes? So Nika is, if we translate the light language, we've got Ni, which is from night or asleep or unconscious. That's the light language, Ni. As I said, the beginning of night. So we got Kundalini, which is honored and blessed energy or power of energy that's asleep. Kundalini is asleep. Kundaliri, what is it? Kundaliri.
Kundaliri.
Kundaliri, thank you. That is the awakened energy of the Kundalini. Normally it's asleep with individuals. The two serpents 3.5 coils round in the sacrum. So Nika is effectively saying, is a title, and many of these words that come through, Nika is I am the spirit of dreams. So they live in the dream world, the astral state. This is the elemental kingdom. Okay, so we had the one yesterday. I'll just read it through. Our kingdom welcomes you to ask for your presence in our dimension. At any time, we wish for you to see our world, the way we function, the way we live, how our state of being is in such grace and love. A love so divine, we feel blessed at all times. We are always in joy, and in your words, happy. For this is what we know in our world. We feel safe and secure. You're all welcome now. We know you will not harm us. If you wish to come, you may do so at any time. You may call upon us in meditation. You already know my name, Nika. We will welcome you with open arms and open hearts. And there are others we allow here as well. But there are few. We have birds here that you've never seen. We have butterflies you have never seen. The unicorns are with us. They are full of wisdom. The dragons. We have other names for them. They are our cousins. They are here as well. Their energy differs because their purpose differs. You know this. And they have many colors. We have far more colors here than you do. If you walk through our streams, you will see to the bottom. The water has no pollution. It is crystal clear. We have fish of all colors too. It is not like your world. The crystals are everywhere. They grow out of the ground, but we leave them unless they break off, because Mother Nature put crystals there for their energy, like flowers growing from the ground. They are highly vibrational. Our world is different, and we like it this way. We wish for you to see it, and then when you go back to your world and see the difference, you will see the mistakes you have made. We know how to clean up your world, but you must ask us. We will do this once you come to our kingdom. And you can come when you're ready to do so within yourselves. Na'atod, I am within you. We extend our invitation to you. It's a beautiful message from the elementals.
That was fantastic. That was an invitation for Paul and I to come there and receive information. But and of course, Paul, anybody can get there, right? When they get that, when they raise that frequency and they're ready, they've got to go through purification and everything. But that frequency.
You could say it's the same way as that. When you learn another language, like I'm in Thailand, when you learn another language, you learn to communicate with the people around you in a different way. You can do a lot of arm gestures like you do and try and say words louder in English, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. But there is a level of understanding. There is something that passes between two people, even if they don't speak the same language. But the point being here is that once you've learnt the language, it becomes part of you. You can communicate on another level. And that's the same with the light language. Once you embrace the light language and allow it to come through, then that vibration will allow you to connect with everyone and everything, no matter where. It's universal. That it's going to be a bit of a shock for those individuals that are calling on ETs and waiting for the ships. We need to get used to our own first. The elementals, the Naga, the serpent people, the Jinn, the shadows, all of these are here already, and that is already part of what we are on the earth. Before we're ready for planetary species to come here, we need to get used to what's already around us, and that's really important. The unicorns and dragons, we may see if we can have a treat today of a dragon, but we'll see.
Something's coming because I'm trying to hold it back because I can feel it all the way down here. So I was trying to hold it back while you're talking, but I feel well, my little fairy's here. Mm-hmm. The one that comes in with the elephant feet.
With the elephant feet. Okay. Which are now, if you'd like to explain? They're not elephant feet, are they?
So they're not elephant feet. So what's everybody, what this little fairy does is, when I was in Scotland at the yew tree, in my trip there. That's where I connected with the fairies. And I sing, those of you that have watched me know that I sing a song that my guides call the love song. And in the love song, I hit the note that's for the Sacred Heart. So when I hit that note, the fairies all lit up that night and I could see them. And Claire Lewis, who was with me, could see them. We can see through the lenses on the camera without turning, flashing, or anything. You can see them all over. And I caught them on video. I will release that soon, I promise. But connecting, there was one that just was flying around me while I was singing the song, and that's the one Claire has on video. And every time I hit that note from the Sacred Heart, its little heart, it would light up bright red. And it has returned to show me that that's the one that I saw. So to explain the little elephant feet, when I turned on my camera light to actually take a picture, the bottom of one of the trees at the yew tree, there's two trees in that little space, in that sacred space. The bottom of one of them, I put my crystals down, actually looked like feet like an elephant. So it showed me when it comes now, it flashed at me in my third eye, the feet like the bottom of that yew tree. So when it comes here, it creates that the trunk of that tree, so I know that that's the fairy from Scotland that I connected with. So now it's like, what would you say, Paul? I have a connection with
I
this
would
fairy.
say that what I see with those is what we call energy tendrils. They are so linked to the earth. These are energy tendrils that go down into the earth, just like the roots of a tree. I mean, the elementals are so connected to the earth, as above, so below. So what you see above, what we class as above the surface, there is no above and below. Elementals aren't above ground like we do. We walk on the ground. Elementals are part of the ground and part of the air. So they exist in both at the same time. So what you might feel of feet, you know, they don't need feet to walk on. They're not designed, they don't need anatomical structure to interact with their environment. So they have roots in the same way that a tree does, but they're energy tendrils. They literally create as they go. They use the energy, they use the nature around them to create their bodies out of the particles. It's not as though, I mean, anybody who's attuned to that, and you can use what's called soft focus techniques, meditation with your eyes open in nature. It's very powerful. And you get attuned to energy movement. You feel it within. So it's a case of getting used to not seeing. Because when you're seeing, you're relying on light, you're relying on depth perception. But this is seeing using your heart, seeing the heart, what we call heart seeing.
Yes.
Where you're allowing the energy to come through the heart and then project outwards. So we can talk about that maybe another time, like we're doing the workshops that we're doing. But right. Certainly with dragons, I mean, Aki's just come in and said he's talking with dragons already. Okay, to see a dragon, it's literally like, that's a dragon. That's, you get a feeling of it and you see, but it's not sight as in it's a solid, but it's like, you know what you're seeing. It's an experience as opposed to an encounter. I suppose I'll do it from that, right. I'll allow you to move forward with this. Allowance again. So allow the energy. That's what I'm saying about allowance. It's not permission, it's opening yourself to the experience.
No sharks. Wait, what?
Well, it could be from the ocean. I mean, we've had cetaceans with the, from Sirius, we've got whales and cetaceans, so sharks are important too. We can move that on if you wish. Belinda, yes.
They're making pings in my ear. The sharks are making pings, like some kind of ping in my ear. So I'm seeing
sharks,
like
sharks rely 100% on vibration. They exist in a world of vibration. Their whole body's attuned to it.
So, boy. We're getting merpeople coming in. Greetings.
Greetings.
You have forgotten we exist. You may call us merpeople. You know us as mermaid. Are we in your waters? Yes. We tend to stay in the deepest depths of the oceans. Away from the pollution. However, your pollution has made it there as well. It's very sad for us to see what has been done to the waters. We reside where it is the cleanest. We stay away from the Americas. We stay away from the larger countries, with industrialization. We cannot breathe in your waters. They used to be our waters. We call them your waters now, for you have made them toxic. You have been us. Many don't believe. We must breathe underwater. We cannot breathe when it's filled with oil, plastic, chemicals that kill us, kill the fish, all the plant life. You are all guilty. You see what's happening and yet you do nothing about it. We know your thoughts. Well, what can I do about it? I'm not in charge. Yes, you are. You're as much in charge cleaning up the pollution in the waters as you were to make it. We choose to send you love, because that is how we live. But we ask you on behalf of all of us that use the waters to think twice before you dump something in a drain, in a sewer, before you wash your cars with soap on the land and run it down your sewer systems. It comes to the oceans. It goes to the rivers, the creek beds. Everything gets sick because of what you do. Car doesn't have to be shiny, does it? And you pick up the trash you leave on the beaches, around the lakes, by the rivers. Is it that hard? We push trash to the surface, and hoping that you'll pick it up. Sometimes we see it still floating, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later. We've done our best to help. Now it's up to you to do the rest. I am Shamora. I speak on behalf of the merpeople. I ask you to clean the waters not just for us, but for yourself and for your children and your children's children. Mother Earth will thank you. I leave you in peace and love. May you always be in the light.
Blessing. Thank you. Okay.
I felt stiff with her. She was like,
Yeah.
I could feel her like swimmer body.
A voice from the depth of the oceans, and with an important message too. The message is not new. It's one that everyone knows, but still we do what we do. I mean, the name Shamora, it's just again a title rather than a name. Shamora, everything that remains.
What does it mean?
Everything that remains.
Oh, hot from her.
Not exactly a happy message.
No, but you know what it was needed? It's, you know, it's true. I mean, I used to take my kids every spring and they get a garbage bag, and we had a empty field between our house and the next house, big empty field with trees and stuff. And through the winter, everyone's trash would blow. If people didn't put the lids on their trash cans and stuff, their stuff would blow and they wouldn't pick it up. It was very rude. So in the spring, since we live next to the lot, my kids actually at 8 and 10 years old would say, Mommy, it looks so bad. And I got them little gloves, and we had a creek that ran through there. So they would go on their own and pick up all the trash that all the neighbors never picked up, that the adults never picked up. I would pick it up because it would be blowing in my yard and all stuff. So the kids are very in tune to this, I feel. They know how important it is. My kids would go and pick up everybody's milk cartons and McDonald's bags and pop bottles, the plastic everywhere. And they'd have a recycle bag when they come back and a trash bag. And so I feel like the children, they're so in tune to this. They just naturally know to do this. I feel it's a certain, I think the kids are really, they're really getting into it. And I feel like the older generations that aren't doing anything, they're the ones that are feeling like, well, what can I do? Do you know, like what she said? What can I do about it? I can do so much.
Well, we can all do something, of course. I mean, that's the whole point. I mean, it's like messages that go out about vegan, vegetarian, you know, with messages where you see the way that animals are being slaughtered, and you get these videos that are done, etc. People know. People who eat meat are aware of how things are killed. Those who kill dolphins, Japan and other countries, there's a whole reason why whales and dolphins are being killed, because of their way, their connection. There are powers that know what they are doing within the oceans, and that's why they want to remove them. They know. That's the whole point. People know how meat is produced, you know,
and yet so putting out messages about how that takes place. I mean, this is controversial stuff. I recognize that, but it's about doing something about it rather than realizing that somebody else will. And it's just, it doesn't have to be going out of your way to do something. It's just the everyday stuff.
Yeah.
It's how you deal with the trash, what you put down the drain, what you flush down the toilet. As you said, what you do outside washing the car. Anything with chemicals, anything with plastics. Okay, it's got to go somewhere. Yeah. And the whole point is what's coming through you is what you're doing. That's the part that we get involved with. Not necessarily going out and clearing somebody else's mess. That'd be nice, but the mentality as well, somebody else created that, why should I have to do anything? But as you said, the new generations, what's coming up with the golden children, and we'll talk about this, I think, another time, because it's a big subject, and you and I know that. The next generation that's coming through, the golden children, have their own agenda. They know what they're going to be doing. These are souls being birthed into physicality, right? It's not the part where the forgetting side, the meditation, trying to find out who we are going within. They come in with the soul activated. Yep. This is going to be exciting. We're going to see this over the next generation. All the indigos, the crystals, the rainbow children have been leading up to these moments to bring through the golden children, the next generation. They won't want to use plastic. They won't eat it. They won't use it. They won't eat off plastic spoons. They won't use plastic straws because they will know. They know what's going to happen. They will know what happens to a particular, excuse me, just things going off here. They will know what's going to happen to objects, and they will see the path. They will have minds of things going on around them. So they know when they interact with somebody, what that person's going to be feeling once they walk away. They know that the objects around them, what their lifetime is, what's going to happen to that. So that's a lot of responsibility. If you're become aware of your impact with everything that you connect with, what happens to that? Or you pick up an object, piece of plastic, you know, what's going to happen to that bit of plastic? They have awareness of what's going to happen with that piece of plastic. A lot of responsibility. Okay.
Na ata kura shunta shami ai sisi tiana ukutura shunta nene itea. Na oya.
Okay. More energy coming through.
Shukuto tete mishi siti ki ire susuturu shuku amayeta ire sitete karato shukuto shushu maya itiki ire sukuto shukuto namsoto ya ikata ese susu uma auto.
So this is shaping the geometric energy field around Keleena. Again, as I always say, it looks very dramatic, but it's necessary to adjust the frequencies, adjust the geometry, and the voice box. High frequency going through the voice box is not the most pleasant feeling. Okay. These are the mantoid and insectoids that come through in this manner, and this is really high. The mantoids are full of love. You know praying mantises? These are 12-foot versions. The light language is too fast for me. All right, Rowan, another time, Atlantis. Okay, another time.
Tumuritin.
Right. Feel the vibration. This is like, still like language, but it's high speed. Your body knows what to do with it.
Bring your frequency into the light. Raise your light.
Go within. Find what you need within. Seek within. I am what lies within. No.
Vegetia. Va ma sa tara.
We speak to those, the masters of light, masters of walking light. Yeah. Deb, yes.
Ama
Mother Earth.
na uite. Shotone ikka.
And the higher self that lives within the heart speaks.
So. Ako ama.
Everything that is creation comes through the mother.
Ako ama. Siya shuta nishisahi.
You are masters of light, bringing through creation, using with the mother in cooperation or combined with the mother.
Nasitea. Notua.
I am the truth within. I am the heart.
Si.
Yes.
Chakaote mahikwasha.
I am the sacred truth of everything.
Takamore no.
You are what remains of your own creation.
Si.
Yes.
Suntore me Isushua.
Search within.
Tamora memi ikutu nesesoshuante.
To find who you are, search for all that you are within. All that is what you are. Open yourself to all that is from within, to bring that through you outwards into creation.
Ama pa Torah me.
Mother loves you, your heart. Mother loves your heart.
Si. Shumaigwa netetea. Urana shoutoe.
Everyone is one in creation. And the last part was like, you sort of, you know this. You already know this. You have to live it.
Anama ikate shuma. Torah na.
To find happiness is to know who you are from within your heart.
No shua.
This is truth. This is sacred truth. This is blessings, internal blessings, and they're closed out. Stepping away. Thank you, Keleena. I know that's high. Just to explain once again while I was recovering, the Mantoids seem to come in quite a lot. You've got to remember the most prevalent species on this particular planet are the insects. I mean, the diversity of the insects. Many insects come from different places. The Mantoids in particular are unique in their design. Anybody who's seen mantises, praying mantises, know they watch you. They know what's going on. They have awareness, and the very fact is they are very, very involved in what's taking place with the elemental energy and the mother energy, what we call the mother, Gaia. Gaia in light language is actually here and now, and that is how the Earth is known throughout the cosmos. It's the Earth is very much a place of resources. It's known as here and now, which is how third dimension operates. It has a location, it has time, here and now. Our heartbeat allows us to connect with here and now. No heartbeat, no connection with here and now, other dimensions. So the Mantoids are very much part of this, and they seem to come in. They don't make themselves so much known on a daily basis, because to see a 12-foot praying mantis is not the is not the best thing to see. Same as seeing a 50-foot dragon is not the best thing that people would want to see on a daily basis. So they prefer to use conduits such as Keleena to bring through the information rather than personal delivery. Understandably, of course.
Understandably. When I see them, though, they always light the heart up, though. So that's how I always know the vibration, because they light up the heart.
In terms of any kind of evolution of animals on any planets, you know, we've got the canines, the felines, and the avian, the carrion. The diversity of DNA on these particular planets from Sirius are brought here to Earth. Insectoids, there's millions of different species because they come from different parts of the universe. They're one of these most successful planetary creatures, the insects. So they've been around for a long, long time, long before the mammals and reptiles and etc. So the Mantoids are just full of love. Their evolution has taken them into a state of pure love. They know nothing else. But the speed, their speed of thought is so fast. To be able to connect with a Mantoid is quite tricky, because, as Keleena says, it comes through so fast. That is still light language, but it's done at such a high rate. I don't even understand how Keleena can do it to even talk that fast, because when they work through but we're still getting that full vibration. It's just like if I would talk very, very fast, you'd have to separate all the words that I was saying, in between, and know where all this is what they're doing, except it's done at a high speed. Okay. Yeah. So that's
I've been being prepared all my life, because like I told you, I've been, since a very small child, the throat stuff my whole life. So that's
I'll just say about Christy, butterflies and moths, again, they serve a purpose. We know about transformation with the butterflies and moths. Butterflies in the day and moths at night. Funny that, darkness and light, we're both being represented. So giant moths, the giant bees, they will take different sizes. They're only small on Earth because of the way that the resources support their physical bodies, in terms of physical particles. But yeah, certainly these are all of different sizes depending on the planets that they came from. So it wouldn't surprise me that you're seeing moths as big as an eagle. Okay.
The moths in the elemental kingdom yesterday were huge. Nika, that's her name, right? Nika, when she was talking. Mm-hmm. I was able to see those things. They were like huge. And then there were like really big ones. So different than here. Everything's so different.
Christy's saying about that. Yeah, there are insects. There are other animals. We've got to understand a lot of animals that have chosen to move on, what we call the extinct ones or the ones that are becoming rare. They're moving on to different form. They're moving on to other frequencies. These are other worlds that exist around us, all around us, all the time, but at higher frequency. And we've got some information coming through about civilizations, what's happened, that's come through the other day, haven't we? With regard to the merger of these worlds. Yeah, well, Keleena brings this information through, but has no memory remaining of what comes through, do you? So part of the process of transcribing is you're going to think, if you've got a whole sequence of light language, it has to be turned into something that other people are going to understand. So a lot of the ones that we've been doing recently is partly light language, partly in English, and then just part of pure vibration. And I get information as geometry, what I write about is in geometric form. It's encoded, so it arrives as a single download of geometry, and you have to expand it, you have to turn it sideways, you have to turn it 90 degrees, and then make it linear, so it turns into a language. So I don't know which is the harder job, speaking it or just allowing it to arrive. Anyway.
I feel an energy, but it's not. I can feel it coming through, like it's connecting to the voice box at the moment, but I don't know what it is just yet. Yeah, and so I would just like to elaborate on why I forget everything. Because I'm not supposed to retain it all, because if I retain everything, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of junk in my head that I don't need, right, Paul? You don't.
It's also to do with brainwaves as well, the way that we lay down memory. Certainly through meditation.
He'll tell you the scientific part.
Say that again.
You'll tell everybody the scientific part, and I'll just say simply, it's too much for me to hold.
I'm not going to go all scientific. It's just to say brainwaves. I mean, we've got the alpha and the beta state, the alert conscious state, and then you move into theta, which is the part of meditation, and then into gamma, which is the collective consciousness, and delta as well that's involved. But part of the process of the light language, and part of the process is that it's coming through at a level where you're not laying down memory. You're not creating a memory because it's third dimension is where we lay down memory. In the higher vibrations, you are connected to all that is. There is no need for memory because there's no need for what existed before. We rely on the fact that we measure time by the movement of particles. So one position to the next position in the place and time. That's why Gaia is called here and now. At high vibration frequencies, there's no requirement for memory because you just get what you need when you need it. You think of what you need to think of, and it's there. So we have to understand that part. So when you're bringing through high frequency information, which you're starting to do so now, I can feel that, there is no need for you to recall it. That's my job in this case. Thank you.
This thing's, whatever this energy is, it's big.
The sacred heart, sacred mind connection through the throat going on here. Okay, so pituitary, sacred mind, thymus, sacred heart, through the throat. Creates a lemniscate gap, infinity loop. Okay, it's just toning. So whatever level you are, and the toning needs to match to feel it. So this toning, when you hear Keleena doing the toning, that's important for you too, to also take that vibration in, so that you're feeling the information within rather than just hearing and seeing. Feel that here. Okay, into the thymus, sacred heart.
I see fire. I am the sacred flame that burns within. I walk the path of light. I am the light. Dance in the fires of sacredness. I am the fire. I see you for all that you are. I am the eyes that see. I praise you for all you do. I see you. In the holy sacred fire, we bring the truth. I am the truth. I walk next to you. I am within you. I am you. I am the light that dwells within you. I am that light. I shall teach you peace. I will bring the peace. I am the peace. Acknowledge all that you are, for you are all this as well. I am you. You are me. I am all that is, as you are too. Let us walk together in peace, in harmony. Let us restore unity and love. I am love. Kite ya mutu tate yaka. We are one. My peace I have to share with thee. The peace I give.
Thank you, Keleena. Blessings. We've got to understand that these particular transmissions these are sacred. I mean, a lot of people who do workshops and read books and do activations and follow videos and YouTube, etc., etc. The one thing you're aiming for is to enter the heart and find and make a connection with the I am presence within. This is a way of doing it, the direct connection with the I am presence within the heart. This is the voice of your heart. This is not something coming through Keleena as per se. This is her holding the energy and vibrating that which is within you. There is a vibration that's taking place. It's sacred. If we went into a church, you'd feel the reverence of the church, or any whatever your particular connection with your own religious focus. So these transmissions are sacred, and they are felt vibrationally, and that's felt deep within, and that's the connection that you're making here in these moments.
Really high. Really dizzy. My crown is burning.
Mm-hmm. The higher we go in frequency, the more difficult we have as our body's adjusting. It takes time. There's some transmissions coming through at the moment. We're going to see this at the moment and on an ongoing basis. It's not going away. The whole point is the frequencies are going to get higher and higher on Earth, because that's the transitional we're going through at the moment. We have to allow that to take place. You can't hold on to all your possessions and your home around you when there's a hurricane taking place outside. You know, that's the whole point of what's going on around us. You have to move with what's going on. And this is what the connection with Mother Earth is doing at the moment. We've seen over the last week many, many different earthquakes around the world. There are movements taking place, and we have to embrace that. And it starts from within the heart. So thank you for that. That was wonderful.
My pleasure. Who
Are
was
you back
that?
yet?
I think I'm like can't even see straight.
This is the I am presence, the sacred fire. I mean, that
Oh,
is the sacred fire is the I am presence. It's
okay.
source consciousness within. So that's pretty high from a vibrational point of view. So
I
that's
feel
why
like
you're
my
saying I am high. Literally, when you say I am high, literally high.
I am still high. I feel like my hairs and my head are standing up. They're like, it's like burning. I feel, yeah, it feels like it's on fire.
Well, it comes through the crown. It's coming in through the soul star and the what's known as the stellar gateway or the cosmic gateway. Okay, that's where the I am presence is held. So what you're bringing through, the information that you're bringing through in that moment, you are the voice of where the one part where we're all connected. That's the one part where we are all one. All the rest is a step down of spiritual bodies. The emotional self, the mental self, the car, the spirit body, the ma, the self, the nay, the higher self. You know, these are all the light language words for the different parts. And you know, all of those have their own frequencies and own vibrations. What do you have going on around you? You're showing. What did you have going on around you there?
I have some angels popping in. I see their colors going pop,
Yeah.
pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
The angelic. Yeah. And I've been getting
Yeah,
some
well,
really weird
I can feel
emails
that
and
around
messages.
you.
Huh?
Go on. No, I'm just saying that you can see your awareness of what's going on around you, and I can feel that too. So go on.
Yeah. I'm just getting the weird messages from people about angels and some people are like saying angels are bad and angels are certain angels don't exist and all that stuff. Like especially people are starting to bash Metatron, which I was like, wow. And you know, we were talking about this and we were saying that, you know, well, if people don't accept that the angels are real, then they're not accepting that their own self is real because we all are all that is, right?
Angels are not people; it's frequency. They're the
Yeah.
personification of frequency itself. In the ancient times, we took qualities and frequencies and patterns of behavior. We made gods out of them. We would worship Abundantia, you know, or you worship Vesta because you wanted those qualities: protection, strength, and courage. Michael, you know, the blue ray energy. Okay, but as I always say to people that I speak to, is if we consider that the angelic energy, you think of Michael, blonde hair, or as you said, brown hair, sword, shield, armor, you know, strength, protection, courage. We invoke that energy. Why do we call on that? Because we want that flowing through us. So we take on the angelic energy when we become the qualities of that angel. So know your angels and know the qualities that you can become. Because if you take Michael energy, Caucasian male, you know, this big, strong, strapping male that you may know the Michael energy as, you come to Thailand or you come to India and they go, that's Ganesh. That's the elephant god. That's the same energy, protection, strength, and courage. That's what we see in Ganesh. But if you go to Sirius, Sirius B, on Sophis, and the third planet from there, and you go to the carrion bird tribe, they go, he doesn't look like a Caucasian male where we come from, right? The energy takes form. Same with the elementals. Same with the dragons. It takes form in different ways. All right, and we are the creators of that. So we can take energy and create the angelics in a form of our own choosing. That's important. Don't look out for a particular form. Create the form based on the energy flowing through you. Right? That's what we're creating in the world. That's why we are creating beings. Right? We've already done that in form of the collective consciousness. You see a tree. Okay? You might see a tree, somebody else sees an oak. Somebody else sees a source of wood. Somebody else sees a being of light. You know, it's different perceptions of the form around us. Okay? So our angelic energy is good and bad, yes. That's the whole purpose. The angelic energy, the archangels, tend to hold the higher frequencies. The archons, which is the arc ones, and arc in this case, A-R-C-H-E, means origin, beginning of. Okay, so archangels This is the beginning of energy and the behaviors that come from that and the qualities that come. We needed the ego because if you'll be wandering around in the high energies with lions and tigers and bears, you're not going to survive very long. So you needed a grounding process. You needed a way of survival. And that's why the ego came in. So the experts on that are the archons, the arch ones. Are they bad? If you perceive them that way. But what they do is they show you qualities of being to give you that duality role. Because the whole purpose is to bring everything that you are here. Not the other way around. It's not a case of jumping on a ship and going off, because that's where you came from. Bring everything you are here. All right? That's a shortcut. That's not why you came back to this planet again and again and again through reincarnation. It's to bring through more and more and more of you here. You're not the lonely little person on a third dimensional backwater planet in space. It's about everything that is. It's concentrated on the here and now. That's where it's happening. As I've always said before, we're the greatest fashion show in the universe, the humans. And we've got to earn that right to be here. We've got a planet to clear up. We've got a unity to take place. And unity is not about all being the same. It's not about becoming the same as everyone else. It's about being tolerant and aware of the differences of others. At the same time as we can do what we do and somebody else can do what they do, and we get an allowance of flow between us. Easier said than done, but we're still working on that. We're all working on that. Okay, we've got someone else coming in. How many more are we going to do? What's the time?
I think this should be the last one.
Okay.
I can already feel it, so I can't. Unlocking something.
Okay, this is an order. This is a group collective.
Who?
No, I'm saying it sounds like a group collective. This could be an order or a sisterhood or a brotherhood of some kind.
So what I see is they're putting a star on my heart, on my sacred heart.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see if it's a Merkaba or if it's the star. No, it's a star. Yeah, it's 5-pointed star. See the light within. Each point on the star will take you to a place you need to go. Shamare tene ukurenesha ketina maya u. You are infinite. Nehito ne me ia aya uka.
All that exists is within you.
There is not one connection. There's the connection of all. all. Matene itere akuante shashama.
Seek within yourself to become one that is knowing creation.
In thy heart, see thyself, whom you are. Create in love. We give you love. Sanyani kanchomotana kyantai. Yo contono sonna mania tenya hanyai. Shakyana hanya manyane hanai. Motonia hane hamyon.
And the singing was about the allowing the self-truth, learning about self-truth. And wisdom comes from, the wisdom that you gain from your knowledge of truth is sacred to you, no one else but to you. So it's like believe in yourself and believe in your own truth.
See.
Yes.
Nateno shumataya. Diamond light. Emerald colors. Ruby rays. Violet light. Golden liquid light. As all they manifest, the creation coming from you, future you. Understand your being. Nahane manaya India Hanaki Ranya Santyamaya Anam Kontora Maya.
Know your heart. And that is where creation lies.
Shmondyanye. Kantunde Putura Sakandya A.
master the knowledge of your heart to master creation.
May you see the rose. Allow the healing, if you will. We are the sacred sisters of light. Natene ishigate ishashuna matatene ya uko shushunta. Sasashishina matene yakya. Puuna kiratsanta satuna yaradeya.
Remember what you've learned here and sustain or sustain the energy within your heart.
If you wish for this healing, allow it. Tahiko no neshe. May you understand the temple in which you dwell. May you walk your path in the light of all that is. We are the sacred sisters of the rose. Blessings of love, peace. Send you compassion from our heart. Yours. May you move to your sacred heart and sacred mind, where two become one. You are divinity and the light of all that is. Wow.
Blessing.
Wow.
Thank you.
I'm burning up.
Sisters of the Rose there. Yeah, this is the collective that I mentioned earlier.
Okay. We.
Well done. Excellent.
All right. So that's just a little sample of what happens when Paul and I work at night. I wanted you guys to see, because a lot of people are saying, "Aurora, what are you doing?" So I bring stuff through, and a lot of it, a lot more of it, there's a lot in light language, and then Paul, with his brilliance, is putting together this little dictionary of light language, and he's actually picking up the language really quick and being able to translate it so fast now. So this is not what the workshop for light language is going to be. This is just giving you guys an example of what we're doing and how him and I are working together to figure this stuff out. But the channeling's been getting, I don't know, what do you want to call it? It's been getting.
Well, it's remembering, isn't it? What we're doing is, we can call it translating or transcribing, but at the end of the day, it's remembering. But more and more people are going to be talking this language. You know, a lot of people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'd like to do that," or it's something that the heart will open up within people. As I said right at the beginning, you know, when you get a building merchant, you know, a guy who's looking after carpenters and plumbers, go for a Reiki session and come out talking light language. You imagine somebody doing that in the, you know, in Monsanto or Bayer or in the government or a senator, or suddenly starting light language and that being opened up within them, because this is how it happens. You know,
Yeah.
the most unlikely people are going to start awakening from within. That's how walls crumble. And what a corporation is made of? People. You know, what a government's made of? People. So when those people start awakening within themselves, which they will, you know, not all will, you know, we said about the archon energy, yeah, that is, the balance has moved towards that, towards the ego side, towards the what we call the darker side. So it's up to each individual to bring more light in to create the balance back again. We needed the darkness. We went through that, the understanding process of what we really want to create in this world. So that's that was a beautiful activation of the Sisters of the Rose there, bringing that energy forward. So, but taking it forward, yeah, absolutely. As more and more people talk it, they want to understand it. They want to know what they're doing and how to connect with the energy. So how to connect with this within the heart. We talk about the sacred heart, the sacred mind, through the voice. How does that work? How do we connect with it? What do we need to do? You know, because it's an individual journey, and everybody will find their own way there. It's not. It's magical, but it's not magic. Yes, there's a difference. Okay, so we're getting very excited about bringing that through. At the moment, the theme is the Mother Earth elementals, but there are orders. There's philosophers, aren't there? With Jehute or Thoth, as we know, Isis, the mother energy, divine mother energy, the divine masculine energy, philosophers. They're all working still. All the philosophers, all the humanitarians, all the ancient energies are all coming back now to bring through their wisdom to help us bring it through onto the planet once again. And so anybody can open up to that energy within themselves if they choose to. It's choice.
Right. And we have some galactics coming in.
Well, I kind of avoid saying a little bit about that, because their knowledge is obviously going to add on top of the collective knowledge. We've got to cope with being us first. We've got to cope to being the physical bodies. You know, the people who say, you know, I don't want to be here, I want to go home. I go, well, where would you go and what would you do? You know, you volunteered to be here, and it's hard work, you know, to do this. But that is the whole point. We're here to master, bringing through a greater part of ourselves into physicality. There's other work to do after this. There's other work to move into the second dimension, the plant kingdom and the crystal kingdom as well. So we've got to take consciousness right the way through into, you know, other dimensions of a lower frequency. That's the whole purpose. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm I feel that's it. They've already said that we're complete. There's a whole lot of that. Well, they're all disappearing now. But I just wanted people, because they're wondering what, you know, when I say that we're working together, like, you know, we're bringing all this stuff through. I want them to see what we're doing, so they understand how we're bringing the energies in. You know, what each of us do, but also how Paul's able to take the light language, transcribe, and he's creating kind of like a dictionary with it. And you know, I have to tell you, today my daughter and I went to a quick lunch, and I was speaking light language to her at the table, and there were two men next to us, very close. It was a very close table. And when I started speaking to her, because she was having heart palpitations, I put my hand on hers and I started speaking light language to her. And when I did that, I noticed the man diagonal from me, he grabbed his heart and his eyes got really big, and he's like, and the other guy said, he goes, what's wrong? He goes, I don't know, my heart hurts really bad right now. And I was like, So whatever
That's
I
how it
was
works.
speaking,
I mean, that is
yeah.
how it works. That's the frequency. You know, this is how
So
people get triggered.
yeah, he was being activated, and I was like,
Mm.
and we're in this Panera restaurant. Those in the United States know what Panera is, but he was being activated right there. It was, I feel like the Sacred Heart was being, or the heart was being cracked, probably a shock, because they were the two businessmen that were talking about insurance, and I was like talking about her heart. Next thing you know, he's like, like, I know what's happening. We need to
Mm.
reach everyone, right?
Yeah. Konnichiwa Aki. Aki's just come in and said she recognizes a lot of the light language in Japanese, and absolutely, because she'll know that wa, which is harmony in light language, is the ancient name for Japan. So absolutely, you know, many others who are listening to your light language from who are aware of their native language will recognize light language as the root, the etymology of words will have the root cause. So absolutely in Japanese. Polynesian, Hawaiian, which is, you know, which is about harmony, existing in harmony. Hawaii, you know, that means existing in harmony in light language. So we start to see, even where I am, Koh Samui, the land of the known masters. We're going to start to see how light language is in every day. So this person sat next to you, you're bringing through a frequency of which they're tuned into, and there's something's going to happen to their body. It's like being in an electromagnetic field. When I had 2 lightning strikes like 5 feet away from me a month ago or so, you feel it. You feel the energy. So it will trigger, and more people will do so. And we've got to be responsible for that. We've got to be aware of that. And, you know, certainly a lot of the work that I do is about trying to explain to people how things work, as you know, without getting too scientific. Because, you know, I haven't got a science.
I don't think you can avoid that.
I haven't got any scientific background at all because the information is given to you. It comes through how it works, and that's through the heart or through the mind as well. You know, it's the same thing. It comes through. So yeah, we get answers as we go, and anybody who's done a session with me will know that most of what I talk about is actually coming from the other person already. They're telling me. So I learn lots of things along the way too. So this is a fantastic journey. We got people disappearing now. Mm-hmm.
Right. So Paul's sessions are totally different than mine. Like I activate people, you know, specific for their soul with the activations, the light language. But Paul connects with the other person's higher self, and you bring through exactly what you just said. And it, I actually did a couple sessions with Paul last year. The second time I just paid so I can just talk to him, because I was like, I need to just talk to him about stuff because nobody understands me. And here we are now. So, but he's brilliant. So if any of you are looking for answers that you're not able to seek yet, you need to book sessions with them, because mine have become more activating people, a lot of healing and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely recommend working with Paul.
What's important as well, we've got to remember that people following these sessions as well are going to have things triggering. All right, it's like little seeds popping. All right, so receiving light language, following this going within. Okay, it's not just a case of like ending this session and that's it. It's like ending a workshop and then going back to work on Monday morning and okay, we're back to normal again. This stuff's going on within. So it's important that people afterwards drink water, ground, go into nature, recognize that an activation is not just, you know, listening to a YouTube video or a pop video and going, oh, you know, that was a nice tune. There's far more going on. It's an internal change, and we have to get used to the fact that our bodies are going to change and our understanding is going to change. And it's love, joy, gratitude for what is passing through us, because it's going to have an effect over the next day, the next week. Okay, and we have to get used to that, don't we?
Right. And I have clients, when I tell clients, you know, they will give me at the end of a session, the guides will give me how many days that it's going to be that for them to fully integrate the activations with the light language. So some people will have like only, you know, like 18 days, but other people will have 42. So and I feel like that has to do with where they are in their process as well. Because those I think that feel that have worked on themselves and done more inner work, theirs don't seem to be, the integration doesn't seem to take as long, if that makes sense.
The 42 and these particular numbers, it seems to tend to tie in with the moon and the moon phases with you when you're saying about that.
Yeah.
You've got to remember, with a full moon, we've got information. Okay, so the light of the sun is direct, the masculine energy. Anything that reflects, like from the moon, the light from the moon, is feminine. Well, nature is feminine because when we see things around us, it's light reflecting off it. So anything that's reflected is the feminine energy. Okay, so when we're incorporating this information, when it comes through, the full moon tends to be information coming through. It's high. It's at its highest. We shouldn't be holding to that. The purpose is to act as an antenna, to allow that information to come in, whatever we're feeling, ground it through, send it through to the earth, and then by the new moon, when there's no longer light reflecting off the sun, that's the balance point. That's when we can take it back in from Gaia. We connect again and ground and bring it up. It's a two-way process. High energy down, stepped up energy. Your Earth star will do the work. It will find the balance, find the harmony, and then we can take that information that's passed through us back in again. And this has got to be a monthly process. And soon it'll be a daily process. So get used to that. It'll be a case of waking up. When you wake up with the body again, those first few moments of waking up is the most important part of the day, as well as just before going to sleep, because your body needs that process. You know, it's gone through an entire process overnight. You're waking up another version of yourself. You know, all the energy that's come through and all the work that's been done and your understandings and your, you know, the changes that have occurred. When you wake up, you are the new revised version of everything that's taken place previously. And the world will have changed too in that time. Okay, so the waking up process, literally, we are awakening on a daily basis into third. That's an important concept as well. Okay.
We do a whole lot of stuff when we sleep. Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of work done then. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we ended here. We had a lot of light language, a lot of channeling come through, a lot of explanations from Paul, and I thank you for joining today so that people can actually see you speaking. And
we go through the comments as well. I mean, a lot of people are raising you know, different subjects and things. So maybe for future sessions, we can have a look at themes, etc., and what's going on. So. Thank you very much, everyone who's come in and listened to this, and it's been good. It's been good to see it in action. Love and blessings.
Good night, loves. Bye. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, my pleasure.